Please click on the link below to get started on your stock market journey.
Thank you so much for attending this particular video portion of Cash is Trashed. My name is Eric Gordon, and tonight I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on the startup of Cash is Trashed, as well as an introduction of who I am as part of this particular team. Terrell Daniels is a very important part of the Cash is Trashed team. In fact, he is known to us as the coach. He started the Cash is Trashed team about 6 months ago, back in early March. We decided that we wanted to learn more about stocks, and Terrell has taken a lot of his time to invest in us to give us more insight, not only on how to trade, but when to trade and when to sell stocks. And he wants to make sure that everyone who is part of this team gets an opportunity to invest in their own selves, as well as those family members and friends that are part of their world, to be able to benefit them in the wealth of money and making sure that they understand how they can actually take advantage of some of the greatest opportunities in the stock market, so that you too can actually have money that you can fall back on for many years to come and generations to come. So thank you so much to the coach. We appreciate him very much for starting Cash is Trash. Look down at the bottom, and we want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Please subscribe with us so that you can always get an opportunity to hear some of the videos that we put out. And I want you to like us as well. This way you'll be able to hear all about the meetings, the agendas, and some of the videos that are going to be here presented to you in the Cash is Trash group. So you too can always have an opportunity to trade and sell stocks on the stock market. So the question is, who am I? My name is Eric Gordon. Again, as I stated earlier, I'm just a young man who wanted to learn more about stocks. My father, he's always been known as a very hardworking man, worked at Caterpillar for over 49 years. He was always the one who made sure that the house was taken care of, and that all of us in the family, my mother, my brother, God rest his soul, were taken care of financially. There were some hard times that we met also, but my father always found a way to make it happen. When times came hard, he actually purchased different items such as tools. He purchased bandsaws, jigsaws, table saws, routers to build cabinetries. Now, as a kid, I saw him building these items in the basement. I was there firsthand. I was there to pass him a screwdriver or hammer, some pliers, vice grips, whatever he needed. I was there to hold some of the wood together so that he could glue it together. And once he finished his projects, he actually put it together, loaded up in the truck, and took it to the flea market. As I thought at the time, I thought he was doing it for fun. Little known to me, he was actually doing it for extra income during the time that he was on strike with Caterpillar several times. And I can remember consistently that he was always on strike. And I never understood it then. I do understand it now. And I want to thank my father for being that type of gentleman to keep the family together, to always have money coming into the house. As I continually got older, I saw my father purchase properties. He went into investments with 3 other guys, bought a couple of apartment buildings. Each one was a quadrant, 4 apartment buildings in one building. He bought 2 of them, invested time to redevelop the place, tearing down walls, putting up drywall, taping, sanding, mudding. And here I am as a 13-year-old boy, learning the art of work ethic from my dad. He didn't have to tell me to go to work. He showed me how to work. So he initially brought me on as an employee, of which I really didn't know that I was an employee. Told me every morning, on Monday morning, get up at 7 a.m. during the summer of, I believe it was 1982, maybe 81. He told me to get up at 7 in the morning, go down to the buildings, be there on site to work. And I painted those buildings, and believe me, it was some very hard work. As a 13-year-old boy, I was tired. Eventually, they sold the buildings. My father told me that I need to get another job, so I got a job as a paper boy. So I was a paper boy for 2 years. I was a paper boy 14 and 15 years old, and then I got tired of that. And my father told me, don't quit that job until you get another job. So that's when I got a job at the age of 16 working at McDonald's. And I stayed at McDonald's for 10 years. McDonald's is very, very important to me. It helped me to learn business ethics, work ethics, and also how to control my money. I eventually paid for college through my working at McDonald's, along with eventually working at the college as I got my degree in information systems as a computer programmer and learned continually how to save money. What I did not get during that time frame was an understanding of trading stocks. I didn't know about trading stocks. I had no idea about trading stocks. I had no idea what the stock market was except for what I saw on television. A bunch of men in a pit with colored jackets yelling buy and sell. I thought that was a little above my head. My father never taught me that part of life because he didn't know about it much either. So as I grew older, I found out about a 401k. I found out that you put a portion of your money every week into a 401k fund. They will then take your money and put it into the stock market, and you can move it aggressively, moderately, depending upon how you wanted your money to grow. And depending on how old you were, and at that time I was about 22. Once I graduated college, I was a little bit more aggressive because I didn't know any better. I just said, well, just put this amount of money into it. But I still didn't understand stocks. It wasn't until I got a lot older, probably around 32, 33, that I started to understand more about stocks. But still, I didn't have the understanding of trading. Didn't realize how important trading was. So over the course of time, probably until I hit my 40s, did I really understand more about stocks. And now I do understand them. I do understand the importance. And I want you to take a look at your own self. Do you really know where your money is going? Do you know how your money is operating out there in the marketplace? Do you understand how important it is for you to circulate your money within your own community several times over? Do you understand how to take your money and invest it in the marketplace where you can earn anywhere from 15 to upwards of 2,000 or even 4,000% interest or earnings on your money? That's vital for you to know that you can do that, because many of the banking institutions today, they don't give you large returns on your money. So of course, many of us learned when we were children, as I did, get a checkings and a savings account, put it in the bank and save it. But the bank was only going to return to you a small percentage of your money, because typically banking institutions, they're a business. So you give them money, they thank you for giving them your money, and they appreciate you by giving you a certain percent of interest on top of your money. Some places give you 3% interest, but many banking institutions don't do that. So how do you really make money? By putting it in the bank. Because of course, many of you know inflation is always going up on an average of 3% every year. So if you only earn less than 1% in your checking or your savings account, but inflation goes up 3% every year, that means your dollar is losing value every year you let your money sit in the bank. That's why cash is trash is important for you. And as I got through the times that were hard for me as a father and his son, I learned that money is important for generations to come. And now I'm at a point in my life where I know that controlling my own money, not just letting 401k work for me, though that's a good way of making money work for you. But now I'm at a point where I can actually control that money and make that money grow on my own. And I want you to understand how important that is as well. You too can actually make your money grow and grow exponentially. You can do that in several different ways. And right now, Cash is Trash is the way to go to learn more about trading stocks. And I want you to stick around for the course of what we're going to offer you throughout the duration of Cash is Trash. We have more videos to come. We're going to talk about stocks. We're going to talk about options. We're going to talk a little bit about futures. We're going to talk more about possibly mutual funds and even real estate. And we're also going to probably introduce to you life insurance, because there's an important piece that's involved in making money work for you, including life insurance. Because how many of you have ever been a part of a family who did not have enough money to bury their family members. These are times that we're living in that we need to know these things, and we need to know these things right now. And I'm imploring you to stay with us with Cash is Trash. If you are not a member of Cash is Trash on our Facebook page, I encourage you to go do that. Look for us under Cash is Trash. Right here on the YouTube page, we want you to subscribe with us and to hit that like button so that you can always follow us and you can always get the latest and greatest updates of everything that we talk about right here on Cash is Trash. And remember, I want you to always keep this in mind. Uninvested cash is trash. My name is Eric Gordon. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this video, and there are more videos to come. We'll see you then.